You may not have heard of wild water racing, but it's a discipline that British athletes really excel at. Imagine blending the speed of canoe sprint with the skill of big river running. And that's about it. Hannah Brown is a double world champion, so who better to show me the ropes? But before we could even hit the whitewater, I had to master getting my spray deck on.
Be able to sit there and not have to.
You should.
Sorry.
She's laughing at me. Ah! Hey!
There you go.
Independent.
Yeah.
Now normally Hannah would be on a natural river, but to give me the best chance of getting to grips with wild water, we're using the canoe slalom course at the National Water Sports Centre in Nottingham, and that means there are a few poles to dodge to add to the challenge. Wild water is simply about racing as fast as you can from A to B, but today we're focusing on one feature, so I can learn how to pick the right line, which I certainly didn't get right on that run. Hannah, you make it look so easy. Like when I was on the water and I found trying to get to that top point, getting far river right, I just couldn't quite make it. What is it you're doing that you're getting the line?
Part of it is just setting it up before you're even on that move. About not looking at the actual drop itself, but the buoy above it. And if you can sort of aim to get your nose just far left of the centre on that, it will work round and allow you to drop into that rapid over here just to the right of it.
Time for another go. With Hannah's guidance, I've got myself over to the other side of the channel, or river right as we call it. And it was certainly a smoother ride, but was it any good?
For that run, it just looked like you over set up. So you committed to being right, but you were too far right almost. So then you just lost that boat angle to attack to come back.
Yeah.
So that meant you were over the boil, which is what we were aiming for, but then you were almost too much over the boil to come round and over the drop. Especially in the racing line, the flow is all in the middle of the river.
Yeah.
So if you can stay in that fast flowing water for as long as possible, make that move at the last minute, you'll be keeping that boat speed running nicely for a race.
Okay, time to try again, I think. Okay, so this time I managed to get myself right in the middle of the flow, which you can see is the fastest water around my boat. And bingo. What about that for a line?
That was really good.
Thank you.
Nailed it.
So one last go to see if I could better that or at least match it. Having an audience didn't help. No pressure then. The ride really is fast and pretty full on when you hit the big stuff. But as a slalom paddler, I was struggling to read the water the way you need to for wild water. So let's all sit back and let Hannah show us how it's done in a race.